Hello YouTube and welcome back to Jongaa. I am here with Neuron Rank 1 Duelist, Australia Neuron Rank 1 Duelist, Jonah, and we're going to do a deck profile today, more of a classical face-to-face, yummy cards, in-person deck profile. We just talk about Jonah's favorite deck of the format that has allowed him to achieve such an amazing achievement of Neuron Rank 1.
Basically, these new Metalmorph cards came out, and I thought they were really cool. So I basically did my best to find the various synergies that would allow me to play the deck effectively. And that is the result of the 60 card pile we have here today. And
Excellent, yep.
It's been doing really well.
60 cards, yep.
Yeah, it's been doing quite well for me, so I thought we'd show you guys what I've been cooking.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
we start with 3 Metal Illusionist. So this is your starter. He on normal summon, he sets your max Metalmorph trap from deck. But also, he can turn himself into a fiend.
Yep.
So you can make Requiem with this and actually do full Fiendsmith combo after setting your max Metalmorph.
Yep.
And this guy allows you to tribute, and depending on what you tribute, you either summon your Metal Zoa X or your Full Metal Dragon. So the Full Metal Dragon, he's the most broken one. He's Omni Negate, and he can also do burn damage. But more importantly, the trap makes him invulnerable to monster and spell targeting and destruction.
Yep.
So he's very hard to out and is Omni. And Metal Zoa X is a double pop when your opponent activates any kind of effect. You can double pop monsters.
Yeah, it's like similar to Thunder Dragon Titan sort of thing. Has to respond, but again, very cool card. I'm a big fan as well.
Both of these cards are really, really cool. And the other thing is that they help you play quite well around the new Mulchamis.
Yeah.
That's the other thing for this deck philosophy is you can, depending on what you and your opponent open, you can play around both Mulchamis quite well. And the final card in this final cards in this package are 1 Zoa.
Yep.
Not many people play this card, but I like this one because he's an extender. You can normal summon him if your opponent controls a monster, but you can also special summon him by allowing your opponent to summon a monster from their hand. So you might think it's bad to let your opponent summon a monster from their hand because then they can use their effects on your turn.
Yeah.
But if they do that and you draw your Talents or Thrusts, then you kind of just auto win on the spot.
I think there are other monsters in the deck that really you don't really mind about that at all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then you have 2 Incoming Machine because it searches any of these guys.
Yeah.
And it's also not once per turn.
So it's just a heavier package than normal, but yeah.
So that's
Big
your
fan.
cool Metalmorph engine.
Yeah.
And then we play 3 Engraver, Lacrima, Flurry, and we play 2 Tract in this deck.
Yep.
So the reason behind this is because while we can bridge into the Fiendsmith engine with the Metalmorph cards, you do want a hard open Engraver and Tract in this deck because we do play 3 Wear Off Thou.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
with lots of level 1s, I see.
we play a lot of level 1s in this deck. We also play the 1-for-1. So if you have your Metal Illusionist or if you have your Luri, you can bridge into many different cards, which is why this deck is 60 cards. It's just a lot of cool synergies and just cool. You basically play a different hand of Yu-Gi-Oh! Every time, which is what I really like to do.
You have a wider range of options.
Exactly.
Especially.
So your Wear Off Thou and 1-for-1 targets, some of them are 1 Magician Soul. Because a free extender and you can send your Witch or your Snake Idea Bellstar, which I'll be talking about soon. Very good. 1 Dotscaper. This is because of the cameraman. I think being able to do full Fiendsmith combo with just Dotscaper is pretty cool. And also just being able to search him and use him for utility is really cool as well.
Very good to discard and tribute. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And then we play 1 Veiler and 1 Draw because they're searchable by Wear Off Thou. Don't have too much space for hand traps in this deck, but then we have the next engine, which is the Snake Eye engine, because it's more level 1 abuse. Don't need to say anything about these cards, they're broken.
And it's the hidden synergy of the Flamber's Dragon is a dragon.
Exactly.
It goes into the Red Eyes full metal.
So in this deck you want to end on your Flamberge, and you want to be attributing it to summon your Where is he? You're summoning this guy. So that's the way that you do it in this deck. But if you don't have access to a dragon, you can always tribute any of the Fiendsmiths really to summon this guy instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, so next up we have some more good cards. 2 Witch, 3 Wanted, 3 Deception, Azamina, and Osis. Deception's really cool in this deck because you do play a lot of monsters which can be dead in your hand. Like sometimes you're going second and you hard draw like these guys.
Yeah. And
you want ways to actually use them properly.
Yeah.
So Witch and Deception help you to do that. And obviously the Hollow Azamina is pretty crazy. The OSS because you play the Snake Eye stuff. So you see how it all kind of synergizes.
Yeah,
well
I'm a big
together.
fan of, I guess in theory, you encounter any of the more charmy. You summon your Metal Illusionist, you set your trap, you can Deception just straight into your Omni negate.
Yep.
Your opponent gets 1 draw either way, and you've got 2 interaction. So,
in this deck, there's a lot of ways to, if we get Charmy, depending on the Charmy, you can put up 3 interactions for them drawing a card or 2. So it's pretty good. That's again the deck theory coming in. Then we have I don't know if this really spies, but it's important for this deck. Set Rotation.
Yep.
And the other 2 field spells being Wraithsoth and Chicken Game, alongside with the Temple, which we showed earlier.
Yeah.
Set Rotation is particularly important in this deck because it helps block Imperm on your Metal Illusionist, because that could be quite devastating. Because not only do you not get to set your trap, you also can't turn him into a Fiend and do your Fiendsmith combo.
Absolutely.
So that's quite important. Wraithsoth is because, we play the 2 Fenrir. Again, more all-rounder approach, help play around Fuoros. And the Chicken Game is just the 3rd field spell, which is actually, it says draw 1 on it.
Yeah.
So
best friends with Black Witch.
You can't really complain. Yeah. A lot of games I've set rotationed. If I already have these guys, I'll give my opponent a Wraithsoth or a Temple, and then I'll just Chicken Game, draw a card, Witch send this, and then it's just good value. Then we have 3 Ash, 3 Fuoros, 1 Imperm. Ash, obviously, you have to play it because it blocks both the Charmies, blocks a lot of stuff. Fuoros, I have the card and it's broken. Nothing much to say about that. Only 1 Imperm because in this deck you want to see more monsters, and also even though it's 60 cards, I don't really have space to play more than 1 Imperm.
Yeah.
And I'll show why with the rest of the cards in the deck.
Yeah, with the Drawl and the Veiler, there's still a 9 hand trap spread. It's still possible.
It's still you in 1 or maybe
it's still
2
possible to
sometimes.
have something, so that's always good.
Yeah, we play 3 talents. I think 3 talents in this deck is 60 cards, so you usually want to try and open 1 because you're comboing, and if you get hand trap, this card's just game ending. This card
one of the highest impact.
This card is it's just super broken. And then we play main deck 2 Thros and 1 Dark Ruler.
Yep.
This deck inherently, because of the metal, while the Metalmorph cards are quite strong at going first, going second you can struggle quite a bit.
Yeah.
So being able to have some strong options, some strong utility, being able to thrust for your talents, or even going second. If you get Drolled, you can thrust for your Max Metalmorph.
Yeah.
Or just the Imperm, whatever. It's just more utility and gives you some options going second.
So it's instead of just maxing Imperm, just have some go. Yeah,
exactly.
Have some thrust.
I would rather have these cards in my main deck than have Imperm.
Yeah.
And then just Callby and Azaroon. I don't think I need to explain this. Just broken.
Very well. I think, extra deck.
Extra deck, so we
nothing. Nothing too special.
Nothing crazy in the extra deck. Just your Fiendsmith package.
Yep.
No Caesar because no space, and you don't really need it in this kind of
and you can't tribute Caesar for the Max Metalmorph.
No, you
that's
can't.
The main. And I guess the advantage of Desiree is you trigger its effect.
Yeah, so it's actually pretty nuts if you set up your Desiree with your Max Metalmorph, which is very easy to do.
Yeah.
Then you obviously have your Desiree negates, and then once you're finished with that, you tribute off your Desiree, and then you get Desiree's effect to I believe it sends a card to the graveyard, and then you have your new you have a Metalmorph guy who's going to pop 2, which can end the game on the spot.
Yeah, so pretty much Metal Illusionist gives you 4 interaction or something on its own.
While
it's
playing
cool.
It's
really
very
cool.
very very cool. And then we have the 2 Azaminas. These cards are they're just nuts. They're both nuts. I don't really have much to say about them. I will later though. I will later because we have a little bit of spice in the side deck.
Yeah.
Then Anima, IP, SP, Rabbit, Charmers, Princess, Selene, Access Code.
Yeah.
Selene's because we play a lot of spellcasters. Access Code is OTK.
Because Souls and Illusionist are spellcasters.
Yeah.
So there's like an additional. I mean, it could be Raging Phoenix, Celantis, but you would rather have the Selene for some of the lines, I believe.
Yeah, I prefer playing Selene in my decks, honestly.
Because the ability to wear off through a Souls a Black Witch, Selene it back later on in the turn.
Yeah, for
me,
it's
very valuable.
It's very important that I just play cards that I enjoy in general.
Yeah.
I made the mistake of playing the regional last weekend and playing a more meta deck.
Yeah.
And while I did get very unlucky, I did feel a lot worse because I didn't play something that I enjoyed more.
Yep.
So that's why I'm just here profiling the deck I've actually enjoyed playing recently.
Rank 1 Neuron, play what you enjoy.
Yeah. So the side deck, 3 of the Jellyfish. Don't need to say anything, card's broken.
Yeah.
The third Thrust. We have some Thrust targets. Elstorm, Duster, Evenly, Soul Release. This one's because there's a lot of Fire King where we play.
Yeah.
And this card, it can just be game ending for them.
Yeah.
And Subversion, you can set it off your Witch and you can Thrust for it. It's just a very good utility card.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Runic Stun players, normal summoning Imano, Wado, doing random things. Yeah. This card's just, you always want to see it going second.
Yeah.
And it's just
high performing.
One Kurikara, it's not the greatest card at the moment, but the fact that you have the utility searching it off where after going second is the reason why we play it.
Shout out to Kevin Lin.
My boy Kevin Lin for the Kurikara. Then we have a few going first cards. As you notice, most of the side deck is for going second, as the deck does struggle a bit going second. So we have quite a lot to put in.
Easy side patterns as well.
Very easy.
Side out a lot of the full Metalmorph stuff.
Going second, we usually just keep in like one Illusionist, one Max Metalmorph, and the Fiend one, the Metal Zoa, and then you put in like all these cards. Plus, you can, if you want to, you can put in Fenrir. Fenrir just helps, like the extra copy just helps you play around the Charmies.
Yeah.
Then DDG, D-Barry, you can Thrust for them. And then this card, which I came across a couple of weeks ago, Sinful Spoils of Slumber Morian. So this card is a Book of Moon with no condition on it.
Yeah.
And it's really cool because if you get Mulchamid when you're post-board, you can just set this of your Witch.
Yep.
You can also use the Hallowed Azamina and send this to the graveyard. And this card says it can reset itself to the field if you control an illusion, which is both of the Azaminas.
Yep.
So that's how you get your interactions. You can go you can just go Rabbit, Statue, Ilya Silva, this for like a few draws.
Yeah.
And it's like, it can be, depending on what else you have, like it can just be a game ending.
Yeah.
But this card has been high performing.
Same.
And if you hard draw it, like you're not going to complain about hard drawing Book of Moon, right?
Yeah, exactly right.
And the last card is Necro Valley. This is a set rotation target. While set rotation itself can be game ending, this is again just cards can't move from the graveyard, and post board, if you happen to open this, it can just end the game on the spot. So.
Yeah, terraforming, set rotation,
Yeah. This deck probably should play a terraforming or metaverse.
True. It can, yeah.
Yeah, it definitely can. Just in this build, I'm not doing it, but it probably should.
I can imagine even metaverse, Secret Village.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lots of more deck profiles to come, but this is what I've been playing recently, and it's what I've been having the most fun with, so that's why I wanted to show it off.
Yeah, soloing many people with Metal Zoa X. So awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Hopefully we see more of Rank 1 Neuron Duelist Jonah. Shoutouts? Do you have any shoutouts?
I actually do have some shoutouts.
Wow.
First, I'd like to shout out to my haters. I want to shout out number one hater, Elliot Harris. We have a money/grudge match coming up, which will be streamed online for in case anyone wants to catch that.
Regional champion Elliot Harris.
Yeah, regional champion Elliot Harris. I believe he has an 8-0 record with me in tournaments. But I'm going to prove him wrong, and I'm going to bring home the dub for the boys. So maybe you want to keep tuned for that.
Excellent. All right. Called out Elliot Harris.
Yep.
Elliot Harris in shambles.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, YouTube, and peace out.